into floral designing?
Well, I was a terrible arranger all my life. Like, I was terrible, and to the point where I would buy flowers because I always liked them, and come home and tell my roommate to arrange them because I couldn't do. I was horrible.
Oh wow!
And I started gardening, and then I started just because I grew a bunch of flowers. I started putting them together, and when I was caterer for a long time, and I discovered floral foam. Because of that.
Right.
So I got that, and then you have a lot more control over that. So I started arranging stuff from the garden, and because I never had any training, it was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before.
Oh, right.
So I do it, and I worked at a bar at the time. I'd bring it into the bar, and people got excited about it. And a woman that I worked with, her best friend was getting married, and she talked to me about, well, do you want to do her wedding flowers? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, no, she wants them to be very eclectic and very. So it was a perfect first start because this woman was really relaxed about everything. What I do is corporate events.
Okay.
And they're generally not very picky about what flowers they are. Sometimes they give you a color range.
Okay.
But beyond that, it's something you don't want to think about. Say we need this many for this price and this color range, which is great.
Right.
Usually it's with weddings that you get real specific flowers.
Right.
And I get around that two ways. One, I don't take very many weddings. I figure if someone's very, very, very particular and they want things a certain way, there are much better florists for that. There are, stores you can go into and shops, and that's what they do.
Right.
If someone's going to hire me, it's mainly because I certainly take specific requests, but they trust me a little bit to create something for them. Right.
So that's where the creative process comes in your.
Yeah. I've only done 5 weddings, and all of them they've been like, well, I kind of want this, this, and this, and we'll go through flowers, and then they're like, I trust you, whatever you want to do. Okay. So that's been really fun.
That's great.
And especially the one, I did a wedding with, she and her husband are both comic actors. Oh. And she wanted something very dramatic and fun. Right. And her colors were fuchsia and purple, and just crazy colors. And all the flowers, I actually have I've got a book that it's a good tool. I bring that for the first wedding thing. Oh, a demo book you mean, or something? Well, I have a demo book, and I have a book it's a bunch of, it's actually 5 or 6 different books, all arranged in different colors, and each one has pictures of all the flowers, and it tells you when the seasonal availability. Oh, so I usually go through that with people, and they say, oh, I like this, this, and this, and I can say, well, you can do this, we can't do that. Lily of the Valley is a perfect example of a very seasonal flower, and one of my books is a demo book, and it has suggested prices on it. And one of the arrangements is a very, very simple one, and it's probably got, I'm going to say, like maybe 50 stems of Lily of the Valley. They're small, and some greens and a ribbon around it, and it's $700 because they're very seasonal. I guess not that many people grow them, and then is it roses? Well, roses are a standard, yeah. And then is there a hidden gem, one that's people don't necessarily know about? There's, what I like using a lot are vegetables. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. I did an arrangement with asparagus one time. Like, I wrapped it around the container and used that in there. Artichokes are really cool. I can see that. Yeah, apples, limes, like those kind of things are really interesting. I love tropical flowers. Oh, okay. They're so crazy, and you can't use them very often. So heliconia is this beautiful, like there's a draping heliconia. It looks like peacock beaks, or parrot beaks. Yeah. But they're huge. So right. And peonies are beautiful. You can get it most of the time because they grow year round in tropical climates, but I don't have a whole lot of arrangements that are like that big. Right. So I've only been able to use it a couple times. I just think it's a cool looking, interesting flower. But roses are always a standard. There are so many colors of roses now too. They have green roses colors, but these are, and unfortunately you can't see them unless because they're nodding. They nod down like that, but you pull them up, and they're pretty little flowers. So they bloom in the winter, which is